Now we're back out here again. Got our crankcase heater kit. You get some heat transfer paste, and you might even get a wiring diagram looking at it. So, and this is 70 watts. 70 watts to 20 volt. The one we took out was 100 watts, which I think is for the bigger D4 or D6, I don't know, the bigger style Copeland compressors. So obviously the threads might be the same, but the wattage is different. But, anyway, we've given that a clean out. It's always worth keeping your old toothbrushes for things. So we've cleaned the stuff out of the threads and clean the dried up old paste out of the out of there. I'll get this out of the packet, and then we'll get that screwed in. Don't know if you can see that on there. Just confirm the voltage. It's 230 volt, 70 watts. Although over here it's likely to be either 240 or 415 if it's three phase. If it's across two phases. So we didn't likely to do any damage. But what you don't want to do is put one that's lower voltage on a higher supply. So if you had one that's run off 415 volts, you wouldn't want to put a 240 volt one in there. That paperwork was just some instructions on how to fit it. Put the heat transfer paste on there. 5 to 10 Newton meters is the tightening torque, which is not very tight. And not to seal the threads. Obviously it's a sealed tube, so if you seal the threads and it heats up, it's going to generate some pressure. So we'll just put the heat transfer paste on the heater body and get that screwed in. Right, we've got all that paste on there. Oh dear. We have a technical problem. Maybe we should have tried that in before we put the paste on there. Wonder if this is a rebuilt compressor. You can tell actually if they stamped on here. Let's have a look. Right, I've just checked on here. Quite often when they rebuild these things, they stamp the bit of the block here with some information like a new serial number or something. So I'm wondering if that's been rebuilt and they've put the wrong tube in there. So it looks like we might have to get a 100 watt heater after all. Oh, well, that's the profit gone out of this job. Right, now I've fished that one out of the bin. We can compare the two. It's obvious that they're different. So I think there's a lesson there. Looking at this, it could be it's been rebuilt with a different tube from a bigger compressor, or it could be this is sort of in between a Copeland, or in between a press cold block and a Copeland block, because that's the press cold sized sight glass with a Copeland style body. Normally you'd have the smaller sight glass in there with a dimpled glass, whereas this one's in bits. You've got a ring, a washer, the glass and the O-ring, whereas the other one's the glass and the steel threaded bit is one piece, and then you just have an O-ring in the Copeland models. But the rest of it, the shallow fins, these are deeper on the press cold ones. This shape here, this is a square block. On the press cold ones you'd have 4 bolt holes. So maybe it's a sort of transition between the two. Anyway, we're going to have to order a different heater and come back, I think. We've just bought ourselves a heater for stock, I suppose. Now we've opened the bag and used up all the heat transfer paste, we're not going to be able to send that back. So there we go. Lesson for everybody there. Check before you fit it, or check before you open the pack.